Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts. Guys, the newest episode of Arrow Season 4, Episode 22, Lost in the Flood, just finished airing on TV. Now I'm here to review / just talk about the episode. If you haven't seen the newest episode of Arrow, Lost in the Flood, the one I'm reviewing, click away. I'm getting into spoilers in this review. You've been warned. This is a spoiler review for Arrow Season 4, Episode 22, Lost in the Flood. Spoiler review. Okay, let's get into this episode. Let's talk about it. So I do have some positives and negatives in this review, but I'm going to get to the positives first. So first things first, first positive that I have to give is the fact that the fight scenes in this episode were pretty badass. There was a great moment right as a fight was about to happen. Oliver turns around in mid-air, like he's like jumping and kind of twisting over a hedge, and he fires an arrow and hits a guy, and then the chase goes on and they're firing arrows. Spartan's shooting a gun or whatever, and they're going crazy and all that kind of stuff, and Oliver's shooting a bunch of arrows. It was a cool fight scene happening inside the Biodome. I'm calling it the Biodome because they have a name for it, but I could care less with the names for it. But it was a cool fight scene, but overall I thought the fight scenes in this episode was kind of cool. Not really a negative, but there was a moment where Anarchy was fighting Thea and Speedy, the same person, excuse me. Thea, Diggle, and Oliver at once, and I'm like, he's that good? Okay, I guess Anarchy's that good. I don't know. But the fight scenes overall in this episode were pretty good. Next thing I do want to talk about is that Anarchy finally killed Ruve Dark. Ruve Dark is finally dead. And I thought that it was a good move because I felt like that, you know, she really didn't have a purpose in the entire season except for popping up a few times as Mayor Ruve Dark, and she would randomly pop up in scenes with Damian, but they barely shared any screen time together. So I felt like her character just could have been a throwaway, and she kind of was, so I'm glad that she was killed off. Now, do I wish that maybe someone part of the team would have killed her, but that would have been kind of cruel, but at the same time, maybe, but Anarchy's like, hey, I can't kill Damian Dark, I'm gonna kill his wife, and that's what he did. So props to Anarchy for killing Ruve Dark because she had to go, so she had to go. So what else? Any more positives this episode? Well, Damian Dark, I mean, he was pretty good in this episode, being, you know, evil and using his powers. I mean, after those 20,000 people dead, he was able to use his powers a lot more, and he was able to make arrows disappear when they were shot at him. He was able they disappeared, and then when Spartan Diggle shot his gun, the bullets disappeared as well. Like, he was that powerful. It was like, what? It was crazy. So I think that's really about it. The only positives I have for this episode. So let's get to the negatives. First negative I do want to get to is the whole Felicity and then Mama Smoke and Papa Smoke. That's what I call them. This whole thing, it was very basic, very generic. I just felt like it was pointless. Because we already know the tension, and of course they're going to have them together finally in a scene, or finally in an episode together where they're face to face, and I felt like it was, I don't know, it could have just happened and then done with it, right? It could have just been like a one little thing and they're done. It kept on going on the entirety of the episode, and that's kind of how they ended the episode. Well, then Damian Dark walked in the room, but they kind of ended the episode with, you know, even though, because the big reveal was that she kicked him out, he didn't leave Felicity and Mama Smoke, she actually kicked him out. So Felicity believed a lie. And I'm sitting there going, I don't care. I don't care that was the big reveal. Because as I was watching the episode, a tweet went out saying Charlotte Ross, who plays Mama Smoke, was apparently revealed, saying a family secret is going to be revealed on tonight's episode. And that was the big secret. Felicity, I lied to you. I actually kicked her father out. He didn't actually leave, so I lied to you. I could care less. I just could care less about this. Now, the whole Rubicon thing where her and her dad were actually stopping Rubicon was, I guess, pretty neat. I guess you could count that as kind of a positive. But at the same time, Mama Smoke was there and making it awkward, so there you have that. The next negative I do have to give is actually to, they do this, I don't know why they keep doing this, I'm just sick of it. Malcolm flip-flopping. I'm tired of it. I am tired of this freaking concept happening every single time. Malcolm is on one side, and then he flip-flops. He just keeps flip-flopping. He's on Damien Dark's side. But in this episode, once Thea gets out of her trance, which I'll get to in a second, the whole Thea getting mind-controlled again, he works with them again. And then he ends up at the very end still being there for Damien. I don't get it. Like, why did they trust him? I don't get it. It's stupid. I hope Malcolm dies next week. I hope he does, because I'm tired of seeing the flip-flop bullshit. I'm tired of it. Let's move on to some other characters. We don't need to have Malcolm Merlyn anymore. We don't need him. He has ran his course through and through. It's getting tiresome. It's getting tiresome. He's always there for Thea. He's always doing these things for Thea, because I'm your father, but it's always the bad choices. We don't want him to do it. And then he flip-flops, and Team Arrow's like, okay, well, you're going to work with us, Malcolm. Last thing we're going to talk about is Thea getting mind-controlled once again. Now, thankfully, she wasn't mind-controlled for a lot of the episode, but I am getting sick of this freaking tactic. They've done this so much. But luckily, she wasn't in it for long. But that's really it. I mean, I thought that this episode has its positives, but it has its major negatives that I feel like that... I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm not really 100% excited for the finale, because I just don't know how they're going to... If the finale is a top-notch, epic, freaking amazing episode, then I will eat my own words. But I am not too excited for the finale. I'm just not. I'm really loving The Flash, and I can't wait for tomorrow for the season finale for Legends, because, you know, I just feel there's more to the grasp at. I feel like that Arrow at this point is just getting too much. I don't know, they're doing too much. And I know people are going to be saying, I told you so. People are going to say, I told you so. Arrow's getting sucky. You're going to start hating it. I don't hate it. I just think that they're just doing too much, and they're just repeating the same bullshit. And I'm getting sick of it. I'm getting a little tired of it. So I'm hoping that the finale is great, and I'm hoping that the season 5 is going to go back to street level villains and not this whole fucking destroying the world. I'm tired of it. Arrow is not meant to deal with world catastrophes. Arrow is supposed to deal with street things, street villains, like season 1 and season 2. I don't know. There you go. That's my review, guys. Lost in the Flood. Could have been better. Could have been a lot better. So that's my review. Thank you so much for watching my review for this episode. What do you think about this episode? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out.